Hey there gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the wild world of Call of Duty Black Ops 6, where the guns are blazing and the competition is fierce. With the game finally out and players around the globe jumping into the action, we've been grinding hard and testing out all the weapons the game has to offer. Thanks to the sneaky New Zealand trick, we've had a solid weekend to uncover what's hot and what's not in this year's arsenal. So, if you're looking to dominate the battlefield, you're in the right place. We've put together a tier list ranking every weapon from absolute game changers to those you might want to avoid like the plague. Whether you're a sniper extraordinaire or an SMG enthusiast, we've got the scoop on the meta standouts that'll help you rack up those kills and secure the win. Let's jump right in and see which guns are worth your time and which ones are better left on the shelf. I'm quickly moving on to the video and I'm ranking weapons in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The weapons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Marine SP, ASG-89, LW-3A1, GS-45, and Goblin Mech 2. Hinking. Who wants to talk about the underdogs? But hey, every weapon has its charm, right? Let's kick things off with the Marine SP. This pump-action shotgun is a real roller coaster. Seriously, it can be super inconsistent. Imagine landing hit markers at point-blank range. Talk about a letdown for those shotgun enthusiasts out there. And the slow fire rate? Oof! It's tough to get that 2-shot time to kill, which makes those 1-shot kills absolutely crucial. The good news? The fast movement in Black Ops 6 does help you close the gap on enemies, kind of making up for its range limitations. Still, if you want a shotgun experience that feels rewarding, you might want to look at some meta SMGs like the Jackal PDW. But if you're determined to give the Marine SP a go, check out our loadout to squeeze out its few strengths. Next up, we have the ASG-89. You thought the Marine SP was rough? This shotgun takes the cake. Or maybe it's more of a stale muffin. It's arguably even worse. Both shotguns struggle to impress, but the ASG's almost total lack of 1-shot kill potential really knocks it down a peg. Honestly, you'd probably have a better time rolling with an SMG in most situations. Sure, the ASG is a bit more consistent than the Marine, but at least the Marine has that fleeting chance to 1-shot. Now, let's move on to the LW-3A1 Frostline. This sniper rifle is your speedster when it comes to 1-shot kills. At least, it would be once the SVD gets its well-deserved nerf. For now though, this rifle feels great in your hands but can be a real hit marker machine. With the SVD reigning supreme and the Zarkov FM.62 capable of that glorious 1-shot headshot, it's hard to find a reason to choose the LW-3A1. Still, if you're all about that quick scoping style, this sniper can shine with the right attachments. Speaking of sidearms, we can't skip over the GS-45. Let's just say, this gun is like the awkward kid at the party. Slow fire rate, 3-shot kills that don't really improve much even with headshots, and high recoil. Not exactly a winning combination. Heavy pistols can be a blast, especially classics like the Deagle, but the GS-45? Yeah, you're better off sticking with any other option. Seriously, even a knife might serve you better. And finally, we have the Goblin Mech 2. Now don't get me wrong, it's not the worst gun in Black Ops 6, but it's definitely the worst primary. This semi-automatic assault rifle has a damage profile similar to a pistol up close. A 3-shot kill? Yikes. Sure, it performs better at range, but why would you settle for a 3-shot kill semi-auto when you could rock an actual assault rifle or a marksman rifle? Unless you're going for a unique challenge, it's probably best to pass on the Goblin Mech 2. So there you have it folks. C-tier weapons may not be the best picks for multiplayer, especially on larger maps, but if you're feeling adventurous, give them a shot, pun intended. Remember, every weapon has its day in the sun, and who knows, you might just surprise yourself. The weapons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: LR, PU-21, GPR-91, Model L, PP919, Zarkov, GPM-G7, Swiat, Strider, Shiz, and 9mm PM. First up, we have the LR 7.62. This bolt-action sniper rifle is a real gem, especially for those who love long-range engagements. With an incredibly forgiving 1-shot kill potential, it's the perfect choice for skilled marksmen lurking in the backlines of larger maps like Scud. Just imagine picking off enemies with ease while they run around, blissfully unaware of your presence. but hold your horses. While the LR 7.62 packs a punch, its slow handling makes it less ideal for smaller maps where the Jackal and C9 can easily outmaneuver it. Still, with a bit of finesse, this sniper could soon be on the rise to A tier once the game gets a little balance tweak. Next, let's chat about the PU-21. This light machine gun has the makings of a powerhouse. With low recoil and a hefty ammo supply, you might think it's a must-have. However, its handling leaves much to be desired, and the slow aim down sights, ADS, speed, can be a real buzzkill, especially in those fast-paced firefights. If you choose to use it, you'll need to play it smart. Hold choke points and let enemies come to you. Whether you're slapping on a fast mag or embracing its true potential, the PU-21 has some solid options depending on your playstyle. Now, let's switch gears to the GPR-91. On paper, it looks like a dream assault rifle. It boasts laser-like accuracy and a respectable fire rate, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. With only 2 spare mags, you'll find yourself running out of ammo quicker than you'd like. Plus, its damage output is on the lower end of the spectrum, making it tough to secure those kills. While it can handle mid-range engagements quite well, there are certainly better AR options available. Still, if you want to give it a shot, don't forget to check out our GPR-91 loadout guide. And how about the Model L? This rifle might be slow firing and low damage, but it's reliable in its own right. With some solid iron sights and minimal recoil, it's super easy to use, perfect for new players. However, in a game where SMGs reign supreme, the Model L can often feel outmatched, especially on smaller maps. But if you're feeling nostalgic for a more traditional AR experience, it's worth considering, especially with the right loadout. Now let's take a peek at the PP-99. This submachine gun has a respectable magazine size, but it struggles to keep up with the competition. With so many strong SMGs in the game, the PP-999 often feels like a weaker choice. That said, it's not completely useless. It scrapes into B tier thanks to its decent handling. If you want to give it a whirl, consider swapping in a fast mag for quicker reloads. You'll appreciate that extra speed in the heat of battle. Moving on, we have the Sarkov 7.62. This marksman rifle is a bit of a wildcard. While its time to kill, TTK, isn't the best compared to its peers, the potential for one-shot headshots keeps it relevant, especially for players who value precision. However, with so many superior options available, it can feel like a bit of a gamble to use it. If you have the aim to back it up though, the Sarkov can definitely shine in the right hands. Let's not forget about the SWAT 5.56. This burst rifle has the capability to take down enemies in a single burst, which sounds fantastic, but in practice, it's a different story. With the fast-paced gameplay of Black Ops 6, hitting all 3 shots in a burst can be a challenge, especially with the recoil it brings. If you're up for the challenge and have the skills to match, our SWAT 5.56 class guide is here to help you make the most of this tricky weapon. Next, we have the GPMG-7. Now this LMG has a unique niche. While it fires quickly, its limited magazine size can lead to some frantic moments in battle. Despite being a consistent killer, it lacks the typical advantages of LMGs, like high accuracy and tons of ammo. With the right attachments, it can really shine, but keep your expectations in check. It's never going to be the top dog of the meta. Lastly, let's wrap things up with the Strider 22. This is one of the more quirky weapons in the game. It's a 4-shot kill with a super fast fire rate, perfect for players with quick reflexes. But beware, you'll need to be a rapid fire machine to make the most of it, and it might just feel more comfortable on a controller than on a keyboard and mouse. If you've got the skills, this pistol can be a fun weapon to play around with. So there you have it, B tier weapons that might not be top tier, but can still deliver some satisfying gameplay. Whether you're going for long range snipes, holding down choke points, or embracing the chaos of close quarters, these guns can still hold their own if you play to their strengths. Remember to experiment with loadouts and find what fits your playstyle best. Happy gaming, and may your aim be true. The weapons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Tanto, C9, AMS 85, AK-74, AS Val, XMG, Compact 92, DM10, and AEK 9.73. Alright, let's dive right into the best A tier weapons in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. These guns are solid choices for any loadout, and I'm here to break down what makes them stand out and how you can make the most of them in your gameplay. First up is the Tanto 22. This little beast is a versatile SMG that strikes a fantastic balance between damage, range, and recoil control. It really shines when you know how to use it effectively, even if it comes with a slower fire rate. That slower pace can make it a bit tricky in close quarters, but if you play smart and take your time with your shots, you can rack up kills like a pro. While the Jackal PDW and Case V might edge it out in close combat, the Tanto 22 remains an absolute gem when used properly. Now, let's talk about the C9, a modern take on the classic MP5. This weapon is a must for anyone who loves that fast-paced run-and-gun playstyle. With its stellar mobility and handling, it's perfect for players who thrive on flanking and outmaneuvering their opponents. However, it doesn't quite make the cut for S tier simply because, in this meta, there are other guns that excel in specific areas. Still, if you want an all-around submachine gun, the C9 has got your back. Next on our list is the AIM's 85, which is basically a laser beam in gun form. It's incredibly accurate, making it perfect for taking out enemies hiding behind cover. In the fast-paced environment of BO6, every shot counts, and this gun's pinpoint accuracy will definitely help you secure those crucial kills. Just keep in mind that with the smaller maps, SMGs can sometimes outshine this AR, but with the right build, the AIM's 85 can turn you into a total menace on the battlefield. Then we have the AK-74, known for its hard-hitting power and high recoil. This weapon is a bit of a challenge, but for skilled players, it rewards you with the fastest kill time in the game. If you can master its recoil, the AK-74 can be a top-tier weapon. Just be prepared to be a little more tactical with your shots, especially with the way players move in this installment. Let's not overlook the AS-VAL, which has a ton of potential thanks to its impressive damage output. This AR could easily dominate the meta if it weren't for its high recoil and small magazine size. You're definitely going to want an extended mag to make this weapon shine. Once you've got the right attachments though, the AS-VAL transforms into a true monster on the battlefield. Just be ready for that learning curve. Now, shifting gears to the XMG, an LMG that's finally stepped into the spotlight. This weapon packs a punch with its high damage and low recoil, making it a solid choice for long-range engagements. You can even opt for a crossbar and unleash chaos without aiming. It's a close call to S tier, but it's definitely worth considering for those who prefer a more laid-back playstyle. Next, we have the Compact 92, a SMG that's all about speed. This weapon is like a bullet hose, letting you unleash a barrage of shots in no time. While it does have its drawbacks, like heavy recoil and low range, it's fantastic for melting enemies up close. If you love aggressive gameplay, the Compact 92 might just be your new best friend, even if it's not the most versatile option. Last but not least is the DM10, a semi-auto marksman rifle that delivers serious firepower. Its two-shot kill potential is a game changer, making it incredibly reliable across various ranges. While it requires more precision than an SMG, the DM10 can dominate lobbies with its high damage per shot. If it could secure headshot one-shots, it'd be an S tier for sure. But as it stands, this weapon is still a formidable choice, especially in skilled hands. So there you have it, the best A tier weapons in Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. Each of these guns brings something unique to the table, so make sure to experiment with them and find the right loadout that fits your playstyle. Happy gaming, and I'll catch you on the battlefield. The weapons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, SVD, Jackal PDW, XM4, Grikova, and Case V. Alright, folks, let's dive into some of the absolute best S tier weapons in Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. If you're aiming to dominate the battlefield and rack up those kill streaks, you'll definitely want to pay attention to these picks. Trust me, these weapons are game changers. First up, we have the SVD. Now, I know what you're thinking, isn't the SVD supposed to be trash? Well, in BO6, it's a whole different story. This beauty scopes in almost instantly and can one-shot enemies without that annoying bolt time you get with other sniper rifles. Plus, it has more ammo than you can shake a stick at. When you're using the best loadout for the SVD, you'll find that it completely outshines the other sniper options. Seriously, this weapon is so powerful that it might need a hotfix nerf, so get in there and use it while you can. Next, let's talk about the Jackal PDW. This gun has been absolutely tearing it up in lobbies at every skill level and across all game modes. Its versatility is off the charts. Whether you're up close and personal or trying to take out enemies from a distance, the Jackal can do it all, accurately might I add. Even after its nerf, it still outguns sniper rifles on entire maps. Equip it with a compensator to reduce recoil, and you've got yourself a weapon that balances mobility, handling, and sheer firepower like few others in Call of Duty history. Now, if you're looking for a reliable all-around option, the XM4 is your best friend. This assault rifle might not excel in one specific area, but it's not bad at anything either. It's like the Swiss Army knife of guns. You can rely on it as a starter option until you unlock something fancier. Its time to kill is solid enough to keep you in the game, especially on smaller maps where accuracy is less of a concern. So, if you want something that's dependable for the long haul, the XM4 should definitely be in your loadout. Speaking of reliable options, let's give a shout out to the Grek. This sidearm is the only secondary weapon that manages to hit the S tier, and for good reason. If it were a primary weapon, it might sit around low A or high B, but as a secondary, it packs a punch. With its high fire rate and manageable recoil, this automatic pistol makes it a breeze to use. You won't even need to take overkill if you've got the Grek with the right attachments. It's flexible enough to allow you to tailor your setup while still being effective at mid-range. Trust me, this sidearm is in a league of its own. And how could we forget the KSV? This SMG is everything you want from a secondary weapon. With its high fire rate, impressive hip-fire accuracy, and decent range, it's an early unlock that can carry you through those initial levels. If you're playing on BO6 smaller maps, the KSV can melt enemies with its rapid time to kill, especially when you pair it with the right meta attachments to control recoil. While the Jackal may be easier to handle, the KSV is an absolute monster in the hands of a skilled player. It's definitely deserving of its S tier ranking. So there you have it, folks. Whether you're sniping from a distance with the SVD, slaying close up with the Jackal PDW, or keeping it classic with the XM4, there's an S tier weapon for every playstyle in Black Ops 6. Get out there, try out these loadouts, and watch as you dominate the competition. And remember, practice makes perfect. Happy gaming. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.